Hello, everyone. It's the Childcare Entrepreneur, Michelle. All right, so I just got this in my inbox. For those of you who are interested in union information for the childcare providers. So there's two unions in New Jersey, and one is the CWA Local 1037. Um, and then there is the CCWE, well, that's the contract update, but then there's Local 2779, the Child Care Workers Union. Now, this contract update pertains to both. Okay, so I just put these two up here just to show the difference. One is the Communications Workers of America Local 1037 website. And then there is the Local 2779 Child Care Workers Union. All right, but it pertains to, like I said, both. So let's take a look at the contract updates. And it says, Dear Child Care Provider, we have reached a tentative agreement with the state of New Jersey for a new union contract. This tentative agreement only becomes a contract if providers vote yes. So please review all of the information, including where to vote. So, and then it says providers perform some of the most essential work in our communities by caring for our children. Through the years, providers have come together through their union, the Child Care Workers Union, to demand respect for our work, advocate for additional funding, and especially during the pandemic, keep ourselves safe and our children safe and growing and healthy. So no amount of money could reflect the importance of providers to our communities and neighbors. But we are pleased to report that our new contract includes huge raises for registered, accredited, and FFN providers. That's family friends, ranging from 23.4% to 63.6%. The contract also includes some important new language that protects providers and includes additional benefits. We encourage all providers to review the enclosed summary of the tentative agreement document for additional details. This tentative agreement now requires you to act before it can become our union contract. All providers who are members of the CCWU, which includes the AFSCME Local 2779 or CWA 1037 have a right to vote. So see, that includes both of those. If you are not a member and would like to take part in voting, you are welcome to come to the voting location in your area and sign a membership card. Remember, as a business owner, your union dues are a tax deduction as a business expense. So if you have any questions, please contact Carmen, and then they give you the number with the 856 area code, or Renee at the 609 area code. Thank you for taking the time to participate with your union. Okay, so there's some things that are coming up for us. And down the bottom here, CCWU proposed maximum childcare payment rates, not including COVID stabilization rate increase. Okay, so we have, let's see if I can make this just a little bit bigger for us. Okay, so the registered family child care provider. So let's just use infant as an example because we care for infant, toddler, preschool, and school age. So for example, as a registered FCC for infant, the current rate is $672.28. The proposed rate is $870.28. and the proposed special needs rate is $1,014.04. So if we come down to accredited FCC for infant, $703.20, the proposed rate, $903.20, and then proposed special needs rate, $1,056.48. Okay. And then there's, let's see if I can move this up some. Okay, hold on a minute. Yikes. Okay, I'm going to just come out of this. And okay, so registered FCC we went over, accredited FCC we went over, family, friend, and neighbor, that's the FFN. For infant, so the current rate is $403.52. The proposed increase for the proposed rate would be $603.56, and the proposed rate for special needs would be $687.56. So you can take time. I'm going to put both of these in the description box so you can take a closer look. So the amounts above do not include the $300 COVID stabilization rates increases. Providers will continue to receive $300 per child per month on top of the above rates through at least December 2022. Okay, so remember, out of all of the things we were talking about in my previous videos on the stabilization rates, we don't have a long-term, decision on this yet, but they are extending to December 2022. So let's take a look at the summary of the tentative agreement between the Childcare Workers Union, remember AFSCME and CWA, and the state of New Jersey. Okay, so the following changes have been negotiated to the providers union contract. All previous contract provisions not modified by these negotiations remain in full force and effect. This tentative agreement only becomes our new union contract if providers vote yes. The duration. The contract expires on December 31st, 2024. So the subsidy rates and payments, all right, effective 12/1/21, all registered, accredited, and FFN providers will receive $200 per month per child increase above the current maximum childcare rates. And they're going to show you some examples below. The new rates apply to the care of infants, toddlers, preschool, and school-age children, as well as those with special needs. The $200 increase to base subsidy rates is in addition to $300 in monthly COVID stabilization payments, which shall continue for registered and accredited providers through at least December 2022. Providers will also receive $2,000 stabilization payment in calendar year 2022. New Jersey Kids program differential payments to be increased to incentivize participation. Special needs definition is preserved in the contract, and you're going to see that below. Other contract language changes: if a provider is prevented from working, non-renewal, suspension, etc., due to an error, they will be paid for each contract for up to 30 days. CPR and first aid training at no cost for one substitute and one assistant in addition to the provider. Improved contract language enabling CCWU to better keep in touch and communicate with providers. Increased frequency of meetings between CCWU and the state, and CCWU allotted 30 minutes at all pre-service trainings for union orientation. And so there's a note here about special needs. Our union contract includes a one-of-a-kind in the nation definition of special needs and the increased rates which are paid for care of certain children. So the special needs rates shall be paid for the care of any child who is under the age of 19, who is physically or mentally incapable of self-care, or a child who has been identified through a written referral from a county welfare agency, legal, medical, social service agency, emergency shelter, or public school, which indicates the child has a serious physical, emotional, or mental or cognitive condition, and childcare services are required as part of a treatment plan designed to stabilize or ameliorate the situation. A child of a teen parent is also considered a special needs child. Please review to make sure that you are receiving the higher special needs subsidy rates for the care of any child covered by our contract language. And a lot of providers are not receiving the higher payment for special needs children. And sometimes the parent-client will not divulge that information to us, nor go through the necessary steps so that we can get that higher payment. And that is not the correct way to go for that, because it takes a lot to care for special needs children, especially when you have to adhere to different plans, IEPs, and things like that. So make sure you're taking care of the special needs rate for the children. So let's look at what our contract means for providers. And I like this because they give you a few different examples. Maria Perez is a registered provider who was caring for an infant. She currently earns $670.28 in payments a month. As of 12/1/21, Maria will receive an additional $200 or $870.28. This is an increase of 29.8%. Maria will also continue to receive $300 per month in COVID stabilization money through 2022 and will receive the $2,000 payment. So this example, Danielle Latoya is an accredited provider who is caring for a toddler. So they're giving you examples of registered, accredited, and FFN provider. Okay, so Danielle Latoya is an accredited provider who is caring for a toddler, a child in preschool, and a school-age child. Right now, she earns a total of $1,803.04 in payments, plus $900 in stabilization money for a total of $2,703.04. Danielle will receive an increase of $200 per child to her subsidy payment rates, which is an increase of 33.3%. She will now earn $3,303.04 and will also be eligible for the $2,000 payment. Now, Brenda Ramos is an FFN provider who cares for her school-age grandson. She currently earns $314.36 per month. Under the contract, she is also eligible for the $200 per child increase. She will receive a 63.6% increase and will now be paid $514.36. She will also receive the $2,000 in 2022. And then this one here, Tamika Johnson is a registered provider. She used to care for Kelly Roberts, who is now 19 and has a child of her own. Tamika now cares for Kelly's infant child and is earning $670.28 per month. But she attended a union meeting and learned of her rights under the contract to receive the higher special needs rate. So under the new union contract, Tamika will be earning $1,014.04. Now, this last example, Laura Garcia is a provider and a CCWU member. She had her license suspended and her contracts canceled when the CCRNR failed to keep good records and accused her of being over-enrolled. She contacted her shop steward, who knew we had new language in our contract. Her steward was not only able to get Laura reinstated, but was able to get her paid for the contracts she had in place. Laura then contacted her friend, who was also a provider, since she knows her friend had her license renewal denied when there was an error on a background check for one of her family members. With the help of her shop steward, the friend was able to file a dispute under our union contract. So they've given you a few examples here, which is great, so that you can just kind of see how this works under the contract for registered provider, accredited provider, an FFN provider, and then some other situations that can occur, which your union reps and your shop stewards can help with. So then they give you a summary of the tentative agreement, and then there are some voting locations. So voting locations, you are welcome to come to any voting location. December 1st, and they give you the time in Hudson County, and then all the vote, and then December 1st, between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., Cumberland, Gloucester, and Salem counties. And then December 2nd from 5 to 7:30 in Mercer County. Friday, December 3rd, 6:30 to 8:30, Middlesex, Hunterdon, and Somerset counties. And then Saturday, December 4th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in Camden County. All right. So then Atlantic County and Cape May County is December 4th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So you can check the specifics of where you should vote. And if you want more information on the unions, you can do this, which is why I put up the website, because they do have websites and they do have the numbers, which I told you about in the beginning, that you can call. So this is great news, absolutely, particularly about the part where the increased frequency of meetings between CCWU and the state and the improved contract language enabling the CCWU to better keep in touch and communicate with providers. That is key for us to know what's going on. How many times as childcare providers, family childcare providers registered, FFN, you have no idea what's going on. And a lot of the times our CCRNRs can't help us with this because they don't know. They don't really deal with the unions. They can tell you who your union is, which local you belong to, but that's about it, depending on your area. So you might want to find that out as well. All right, so I just want to give you a little update on this. This is excellent news for the Child Care Workers Union. And like I said, I'll put this information in the description box as a PDF. I'm going to save both of them as PDFs. You can download the information. Let me just see if I click on this here down below the summary agreement. This is a PDF as well. Okay. All right, so this is going to give you the PDF, okay, summary of the tentative agreement between the Child Care Workers Union and the state of New Jersey. And this is all of what I just read to you, including the examples. All right, so what I'll do is I'll put the website links in the description box, and I'll also put the PDF that I've shared. So we're on the move here. with our unions. So that is good. So all around, childcare providers are being helped, and we are in and within the policy and the talks on different policy for us. All right, so like I said, I'll leave everything in the description box. Take a look at some of the other videos that I've done on the stabilization grant, the $1,000 incentive, because you do want to be a part of receiving those monies. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of times, if you don't take advantage of this money, then we may not receive it anymore, or we may receive less, or they may see it as that we're not interested. So the huge part is us getting involved. And you see right here in dark print, vote yes, but you have to come out. You have to be a part of it, of things, so that you will know and have the information. All right. So like I said, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And remember to subscribe. Put your comments in there. Enjoy your day.